Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy Mason from MasonWorks Marketing here on Conscious Business Zone with my friend Lou Martin. Hi, Lou.
Hi, Kathy. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to learn from you today and to experience the divine light that comes through you. I'm really excited for everyone to have this opportunity. For you guys that don't know Lou, he had a Kundalini Awakening in 1987, long time ago, in a meditation that changed his life. And after studying with spirit guides and teachers, he began channeling his own spirit guides. And right now he lives in Ireland, but he is very active with lots of us in the U.S. And he also is a musician. He's a spiritual mentor and guide. He has a channel called Awakening Spirits Network, and he's really a team player. He likes to coordinate and do things with others without a lot of ego, which is fantastic. So Lou, let's start explaining, because I think a lot of people are waking up right now.
Yes.
Could you talk a little bit about your awakening time period?
Sure, love to. Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, we're off to a roaring start here. I was working in a spiritual bookstore in Santa Monica, California in the late 1980s. And this is around the time of what Jose Arguelles described as the harmonic convergence, which was August of 1987. And I felt really drawn to his book, and it felt like a real calling to me for whatever reason. And it's been, about 37 years now, so the details might be a bit sketchy. But at the bookstore, I met a friend there who gave me a piece of quartz crystal, long, narrow piece of quartz. And he says there's this thing called Kundalini energy, which is dormant at the base of your spine. It's a spiritual energy. And if you meditate with the quartz crystal, sometimes you can open the Kundalini energy. And so literally my hand to God, no kidding and for real, the very first time I tried to do it, that's exactly what happened.
Wow.
And it was really one of the easiest things in this lifetime, a cosmic setup, right? And so I felt this heat at the base of my spine as I was meditating. I'd been meditating off and on, I think, for a few years at that point. And I was just guided to open my heart and just open to love, unconditional love, and to send love out to the world, etc. And this bolt of lightning, shot through the top of my head, basically up the spine and out the top of my head. And it was ecstatic, orgasmic, brilliant, beautiful, wonderful, exciting. And I was like in an altered state for about the next 7 days. And that got my attention. And I from that point on, I've been quoting the quote from Teilhard de Chardin, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. But what I want to say about it, simply put, is I was sincerely looking for help, looking for answers, looking for healing at the time. So you don't think you can overstate the power of searching and asking and being willing and open and receptive. It was quite that simple.
Well, that's you were living in an area where there were so many wisdom keepers, really.
Yeah.
That were not afraid to come out and talk. Those were different days.
Yes. It was the Renaissance of the New Age movement. Ram Dass and Deepak Chopra and Marianne Williamson, and I studied with Reverend Michael Beckwith at Agape, who's now become a big name out in the world with these teachings. So it was a feat.
Yeah. Yes. So do you feel that that what's happening right now with the light codes that are coming from the sun, this great central sun, and we're in the photonic belt anyway, and then we're just being upgraded every week. It seems like remarkable energies are coming through.
Yes.
Do you feel that people will have Kundalini type awakenings? Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I think that's, yeah, perfect.
And could you
Yeah.
explain how to not be disoriented by it?
Well, yes, that's a great thing. I mean, have you ever had that experience yourself, Kathy? I know
Yes.
you're okay. Yes. So I'm the student telling the teacher how it works,
No,
I'm,
I do. I try to have it all the time, but
okay.
but no, the idea is that the opportunity to connect to a bigger platform than
Yes.
what
Experience.
what we see in our five senses,
Yeah.
and really
Yeah.
use the power of the third eye to really expand our awareness so that we can make better decisions and we can see
Yes.
more. That's what
Yes.
I'm hoping for. So I'm always
Sure.
doing things that create different experiences.
Yes, bless you. Well, the only thing I could add to that is, for me, truly, it has always been about unconditional love, and that is the doorway into all of these higher realms and all of the healing that, we're in a planetary healing crisis, is what my guide said when we started the whole COVID madness about 5 years ago. God love us. And, it's gone up and down, but definitely we're in a whole new chapter at the end of 2024 at this time for sure. And as you were talking about the solar flares and all the energies that are flooding onto the planet, and the way the Earth is opening to that and adapting to that and integrating that. So clearly we're meant to be a bridge between heaven and earth is the way I remember this. And it's great that you're practicing, and I know you're extremely disciplined and you're doing very wonderful esoteric practices, which you've shared with me over the last few days. I'm just trying to keep up with you. But to come back to your question, often people are so we get so locked into the ego. I know we're going to talk about the Course in Miracles here at some point. We get so locked into the ego, and so anything that we can't control or anything that is unknown or mysterious, we think is inherently negative or malevolent. And actually, the opposite. The truth is the very opposite of that,
Exactly.
which is, everything is working together for good if we will get our bloated nothingness, as Michael Beckwith would say, out of the way. And so the more we practice that and the more we understand that, the clearer we become and the safer we feel. The Kundalini is meant to, like you said, is just turning on a light switch, and say, this is who you really are. You're not just your mind, your body, your five senses, as you said. You're a spiritual being, and that is infinite and available to us to bring into this world. So we really, we have a foot in each world or in each dimension at this point. What my guides talk about in the channelings is that we're living from the heart of the paradox. And Jesus said it very well as anyone, to live in the world, but not of the world. And so, Kundalini and mystical experiences, near-death experiences, out-of-body experiences, lucid dreaming, experiences from hallucinogens, which I've had a good few of back in the day. It's been a while since I've done those things. All of those things are trying to help us to expand beyond the ego and see the bigger picture. And every one of those experiences is a bit of an awakening.
Perfect. So when you are watching people around you, you're in great the Isle, the great
Ireland.
we're in
okay.
Ireland. Okay,
Yeah.
so but you're in a different atmosphere than I'm in Boulder,
Right.
Colorado.
Yes.
Although they're both well,
we still put our pants on one leg at a time, Kathy.
I know, but I'm just wondering if you're, because you're still so connected with the U.S., if you're seeing a difference between the awakening process in both places. I used to live in Italy. I speak Italian. I went to school in Italy, and I felt that the Italian way of being was more accepting of us being animals, of human animals, rather than the Americans, where we're cleaning ourselves once or twice a day, and we've got these costumes of the face that we put onto the world, versus the Europeans. It was like, hey, I got hairy armpits, and
right.
Well, it was just like, it was a different way of looking at being a human. Can you tell a difference in your experience?
Yeah, well, that's very, very good. You know, Ireland is the home of my ancestors, and that's why I eventually got drawn to visit here and really fell in love with the place because of my gene pool, I think. And to go from LA, where there's 300 days of sunshine a year, to go to Ireland, where there's 60 days of sunshine a year. The joke here is summer is the prettiest day of the year. You know, yeah, it's kind of like that sometimes. And my friend said we didn't even have a summer this year, so make of that what you will. But yes, it's a great gift to be able to travel, of course, and to live in other countries. And you know, it does give you a different perspective. I love America. I love what America represents. I love the ideals and the principles that it's based on. And Ireland is also very noble and idealistic. And, you know, they have a lot of heroic people that have survived the past and brought light from the past into the present. And it's our job to carry it into the future, of course. And, you know, I know that we're all well able to do that. You know, we have much more in common than we have as differences, is what I've been saying since the election, and it would apply as well here in terms of countries. But yeah, it's great to have a different perspective. But basically, at the end of the day, we are literally all the same in one way or another.
Right. Well, the reason I asked is that I feel like the acceptance of mediumship and spirituality, and that, I mean, the heritage of the old world versus the Western U.S.
The new world.
The new world is a little different, more accepting of these, as I said, the animals and the all of the earth, all the beings on the earth are in harmony with nature. And the old world, the Druids, the ancients, the Gaelics, all of the Vikings, you know, they were working with nature too. So I just wondered if the spiritual awakening there might be easier, or more rooted in their history than in our 200 and something year history here. That's all.
Sure. Well, yeah, that's a brilliant question. I mean, as an outsider here, you know, and trying to understand a little tiny bit of the culture and the history. I mean, you're saying it very well, Kathy. You know, Ireland is a very Catholic country, and when you come, and as I'm sure Italy is, you know, and when you come here, you see, you know, monuments to Mother Mary and holy wells and many churches. And, you know, this kind of thing. The biggest structure in the town that I live in West Cork, Ireland, and it's a town called Bandon, which is about 5,000 people. And the biggest structure in town is a gigantic Catholic church on the biggest hill overlooking the town. So it, you know, it makes a point. But at the same time, 20 minutes, 40 minutes down the road, we have the Drumbeg Stone Circle, which is 5,000 years old. It's 12 stones, you know, that have been there and used as a church, a sacred space, an altar, etc., for all of that time. So, you know, it's this is the time of harmony and balance, and finding the synchronicity, the sympathy between opposites, you know, and so these culture clashes and these political differences and these, masculine, feminine, mysteries and struggles and all of that we dance with. They are the outside picture, but then to come back to meditation and prayer and having a hunger and thirst after wisdom and knowledge, which you and I were basically born with, and most people are beginning to open themselves up to now when the world doesn't make enough sense for life to be exciting and meaningful any longer, we get thrown back into ourself. And so if you have a spiritual practice, if you have a daily, routine that you're working with that is vital and vibrant and alive, if you can cultivate that, then you have a foundation when things get chaotic and difficult, to see your way through, back to solid ground. And so that's the planetary healing crisis. Is, we've been creating reality out of our mind, basically, mentally, through our will. And now it's all coming back into the heart and through the divine feminine and Mother Earth. So to come back to your point, we're in a period of deep awakening back to Mother Earth, and, how conscious she is. And she's asking us to take the next steps with her to build a better world than what we've had so far, I believe.
Perfect. Yeah. So Peaceful Penguin wrote, nature teaches us harmony.
Lovely.
So thank you, Peaceful Penguin. So I believe that the opportunity to see the contrast allows us to see where we're out of harmony. And the breath helps. The Course in Miracles will segue a little bit to this. So Lou is a
student of.
You don't want to say master of it or student?
No, God, no.
Of A Course in Miracles. And I want people, I was hoping that Lou would help people understand a little bit about this book. This is actually a workbook. It's a text, a workbook, and a manual for teachers. And this book is what Marianne Williamson uses, what David Hoffmeister uses, lots of the who else? Gabby Bernstein.
Gary Renard.
Yeah. We could go down a list of who's. And
Alan Cohen.
Alan Cohen. So could you explain a little bit about it for those that are new to it?
What could be simpler? It's 1,200 pages long. Thank you. No, that's a lovely question. I just it's good to have a laugh with you, my friend, because it is a big subject. Well, here I've got a prayer from the Course, and let me start with that, and it'll energetically set the tone for what we want to talk about here. So when you're listening, go ahead and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath.
Okay.
And this is the prayer from the Course in Miracles. This is one of the prayers. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. And so it is.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Sure. So that's the micro. The macro is that this was channeled through Helen Schuckman, who was a psychology professor, I believe, at State University, New York, for about 10 years with her partner, Bill Thetford. And it was published in 1976 or 7, right in there. And it's been taught all over the world since then. It's been studied and taught. So, anyone that studies the Course says basically they're a student of it, because, you really don't ever finish studying the Course, and you don't ever really kind of master the Course so much as surrender to what it's inviting you to understand. So the introduction, this is all of it in a nutshell, is the quote there. It says, "Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God." And again, that's this incredible paradox that the Course teaches. We've made this world, out of our mind, out of the ego, and it looks and seems and sounds and feels very real, the 5 senses. But as we were saying a minute ago, whenever you have a genuine spiritual initiation, however it happens, you begin to transcend the illusions of separation of these 5 senses, and you begin to awaken, heal, and grow. And remember, you are a spiritual being, and you're not limited to your mind, your body, or even your spirit in this world. It's being transcendent, and then you come back from meditation or the prayer that we just did, or music or poetry, channeling, whatever, that puts you back in touch with your soul and spirit and your higher self in that more altered, expanded state. And then you integrate that and you begin to attain, sustain, and maintain these higher vibrations in your life. And then as a result of that, you create miracles. You see miracles show up. And the Course says miracles are the natural way of life. They're intended to happen. If they're not happening, it's because the ego mind is running the show. And that's the only thing that needs controlling, or changing or healing. So the Course is a workbook, a textbook, and a manual for teachers that begins to help you learn how to do that.
Beautiful. So I want to say...
what could be simpler?
Perfect. Peaceful Penguin put practicing meditation to develop deep states of mental focus and tranquility, leading to insight. And that's where people have the people that are just learning, this is really the gift that everyone can do, even through breath, grabbing the Course in Miracles. Lou says it's online even, so you don't even have to buy the book. And you could just in less than 10 minutes, probably recenter yourself to a new perspective, correct?
Yes, let me share. That's well said, Kathy. Let me share to anyone who's interested. There are many virtually free classes out there. Like I pay €1 a day for my class, and I've been in it since August. I hadn't ever studied on a daily basis until the last few months, and it has made a huge difference doing the workbook with other students every morning. And there are a lot of them out there. I'm also involved in a group called Speakeasy, which has a service on Sunday afternoons where I also do my music, and just fantastic community. So there's a lot of support out there for people who are studying the Course.
Yeah, excellent. So for again, we'll have some more information in the comments and in the description, so that you'll be able to connect with Lou and learn more about these resources. But there's nothing really to fear. It's all about clearing, because the programs that we came in with, the God love our parents, they were doing the best they could, trying to prepare us for life. But they're fear-ridden programs of make sure you don't do this so you don't die. And they're still running. So we want to give people resources that really, and also want to let people know how easy this is. This is just like breath or other things. It's a practice, but 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night, or however you schedule it, it'll affect your whole life in that short window, right?
Yes, absolutely, hon. Absolutely. You're saying it beautifully. I just, I don't know if I can show you my angel card. It's forgiveness. There it is. And my guides were saying, show the card. So here is, that is the heart of the Course in Miracles, that our judgments of the world and ourselves and each other is a projection of our unconscious feelings of guilt, shame, and blame and resentment and whatnot. And so when we can clean our own side of the glass, then the world becomes clear again. Then we become innocent again. We come back to being like a child, and we come back to the kingdom of heaven within us. And then we feel safe, loved, and supported. And then we're in that vibration. So, the bigger picture that we're reaching for is that this really is the fork in the road. I think is the best way to put it.
Yes.
Especially after the last week, Kathy, where people are really being asked, what do you believe? How deeply do you believe it? And is this your truth now? And, the crisis and chaos and all this furious pace of change is quite overwhelming for all of us. I raise my hand as well. But again, like you and I were saying, if we have a space to retreat to, and if we have a connection to work with spirit of love and blessing and peace and forgiveness and compassion, that will clean us every time, and that will put us on a new path every time.
Yeah, I lived in Italy in the 70s, and for 6 months there wasn't a government. And people still baked bread. They still walked their dogs. They still, life went on.
Fell in love.
And we have this sensational media and the internet, which is, in my mind, training wheels for telepathy. But the internet makes all of the things that are in global consciousness available to you to be fearful of 24/7, and you can just turn it off. You can just say, no, that isn't my reality. And knowing that you are an active participant in your reality is a big difference. You can't project everything out. It's like clear this, and then that changes, right?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. That is the heart of the matter. What you feel, you reveal. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on expands. As Abraham teaches, the master teacher, about all this, to my mind, there is no in the universe. So whatever you're focusing on, that's what you're inviting more of into your experience. So yeah, I don't think that's ever been more important than it is right now, to be discerning.
Yes. Okay. So I wanted to, I said Sanine, but you said Shanine. It said, hello, lovely to see you both. And the peaceful, clearest space in order to manifest something strong and beautiful.
Wonderful. Well,
it's also your worldview. The worldview of whether you're a victim or you're a creator. And that may get rocked a little bit when there's stuff that comes out, like we talked about earlier this week. But so when you're talking with people and you're seeing that these traumas and it's a lot of shadow work is coming up right now.
Absolutely.
And it has been for this past year. Are you seeing any patterns or anything you'd like to share about the shadow work, or there's anything that you'd like to help that you could help other people with that?
Sure. That's a wonderful question. Everyone comes to the church door on their knees is the phrase that comes to my mind, myself included. It's like the pain has to get really big and bad. The chaos has to get really overwhelming typically before we are really willing to be very honest with ourselves and each other and come back to our heart and our inner child and the shadow and all of that. So, I mean, you're asking me about being an American watching things from Ireland for the last 17 years. I know that it's a very emotional time over there, and things are really coming to the surface. I'm sure that Pluto, which is the shadow in the astrological archetypal universe, the trigger and the symbol of it, all of that, one of them, is just shifted this week from Capricorn, which is battle and control and black and white and the worst aspects of the duality, the most extreme aspects of the duality, I suppose, and as well as the collective unconscious, which is imagination and creativity. But it shifted into Aquarius, which really is, a revolutionary energy and power to the people, and people finding their voices, women finding their voices, as we were talking about, Kathy, my friend, a few days ago, and the heart taking the lead now, and not just the head and the will. And so how do we work with that, in one-on-ones and things like this? I do prayer work with people, I do a reading with people, and I do a channeling with people, so that you can, have different perspectives and deeper perspectives on the issues that are coming up for you right now. And, like yourself, I've been at this for quite some time. And, it's something that energetically is getting simpler to feel and to trust and to be able to express, and especially communing with like-minded souls like your good self. We're cheering each other on, and we're helping each other take the next steps here of spiritual leadership. So anyone that's listening to this broadcast, I've no doubt, is on a path of spiritual leadership, because you would not be drawn to these ideas and Kathy's great work here and what I do, my information and all of that, unless there was something inside of you calling you to expand your horizons in that way. So I'm going to offer then Sunday night here in Ireland at 8 p.m. A truly new adventure, which will be a channeling group about talking about some of these things. And I'm happy to channel about that here with you in a few minutes as well. But the energies are lifting us up, so that it's time to fly.
So how about the women that somehow remember their past lives of being burned at the stake, or other trauma that came from speaking up? What
Sure.
would you say about that? Because that is in your DNA. You picked those parents before you jumped in the bodies. You picked that whole scenario in order to have the opportunity to experience that energetic block. And now's a great chance to release it. Do you have any advice about the people? Okay.
I do. Can you imagine? Yes, dear. Bless your heart. Time and space are illusions under the dominion of love and light is the phrase from my guides. And they've said that for years, even before I was deep into the course, which is saying the same thing. And I'm a fan of Gary Renard and his enlightened teachers, Artis and Persa. And I've just finished reading his last 3 books that are out there since I got back into the course with this wonderful class, Mia Sarah Williams and her great group in Ireland. What they say is, and I believe this, is that if you can heal it in this lifetime, it will heal it in all the other lifetimes as well. Mm-hmm. Because the truth is exponential. Lies, illusion, death, all those things are unreal, and they do not have nearly the impact or the power that real truth, real love, real peace, real forgiveness has. So if we can do this in this lifetime, especially in this profoundly powerful time of awakening, healing, and growth, then we will absolutely free ourselves from a lot of the illusions of the past, as well as the present and the future.
Fantastic answer. Oh my gosh. So how
it's a sweet deal.
that was fantastic. I'm going to play that back and listen to it again.
Okay.
I want to ask also about the dynamics that we're in a changing time where we're going from a war-like planet to a peace planet, and which means we have to settle the war within. But there is in our history, there isn't many examples of a balanced human, where the divine masculine, divine feminine are integrated correctly. Most of the women like me that have a business, they had to take on a lot of male qualities, and they're out of line with their divine feminine. And then the whole hierarchy, the way the patriarchy is run for thousands of years is out of balance. But we don't want to shift the teeter-totter totally to one or the other. We want that still point, that what Morgan Lee talks about, the 0 point. So could you talk a little bit about how you see, or maybe when you're channeling,
Sure.
maybe your
Sure.
guides will talk a little bit about that, because we got to get from where we are to that. I know that that is real, that that's coming, but
Yes,
the
ma'am.
seeing how it happens isn't clear.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know how to take a hint as much as the next house guest. So let me get out of the way, and we'll have some fun with my guides here for a few minutes and dive into these deep questions. Thank you so much. Go ahead and close your eyes, turn it thin, take a deep breath. All right, God bless you, dear friends. What a pleasure! What a pleasure, dear friends. Let's imagine 7 stars that spiral down through time and space, touching the crown, taking a deep breath. Relax and release, relax and release, relax and release. Deep breath. And down we go, the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart center. Take a breath into that. Feeling safe, loved, and supported. And down once again, deep breath. The will center, the navel, the sacral, the root, and flowing down hips, legs, feet, down into Mother Earth. Deep breath. Safe, loved, and supported, dear friends, above and below, left and right, before, behind, within and all around. All is well. All is well. All is truly well. Dear friends, God bless you. Well, let's take a look here and answer these wonderful questions that you've brought to the channel and to ourselves here, dear friends. The higher self, the soul, and the spirit of the channel is the energies that we're expressing here today. If people need something to hang on to, we'll give you that. Absolutely. Dear friends, you are powerful spiritual beings having the awakening of this lifetime, and this is the awakening of many lifetimes. This has just been touched upon there. And the more conscious you are that you have full responsibility and full opportunity to create consciously a joyous, fulfilled, and meaningful reality, the happier and the more empowered you become. And so there is, as was said here so beautifully, so elegantly, what a great way to come in and pick up the baton, dear friends, that there is this great shift happening in every human heart and in every human soul in terms of the heart and the mind, the feminine and the masculine, the conscious and the unconscious, self and others, men and women, parents and children, all of these seeming contrasts that have appeared to be opposite or different. And yet truly the great invitation of this wondrous time of awakening, dear friends, healing and growth, is your oneness with all of life and your oneness with Mother Earth herself and your oneness, dear friends, with every man, woman, and child on the earth. So take a nice breath into that. So we'll give you the prayer that the channel works with here from Patricia Coda Robles. It seems quite to the point here. I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the angelic kingdom, the elemental kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life and of life itself. And I ask my I am presence, my higher self, my soul, my spirit, Holy Spirit, all that is as me. I ask to consecrate, to make sacred this holy day with my thoughts, words, actions, and experiences. Use me this day for your divine and joyous purpose, that I may fulfill the holy will of the Almighty in, through, and as my life. Dear friends, take a deep breath. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is, dear friends. To finish the thought here, God bless you. Prayer is speaking to God, or God, Goddess, all that is, Mother, Father, God, and meditation is listening to God, for God, to the deeper self, as our happy penguin said there, making time and taking space for peace as often and as deeply as possible is your superpower right now in this world of great acceleration and intensification. So that, dear friends, you can make more conscious choices and see the results of your choosing, the results of your healing, the results of your loving and giving and forgiving and serving, the results of all that you are choosing and remembering to do, dear friends, so that you will realize that you are one with all of life, that in truth there is no separation, has never been, will never be. So this is a beautiful world and a wondrous time, dear friends. And what is being brought to the surface here, the darkness in self or the darkness in others, it makes no difference ultimately, is asking you to change your mind, dear friends. And how do you do that? By opening your heart, as you've just done so beautifully with all of us here. When you give what you give to yourself, you give to the world. What you give to the world, you open to receive for yourself. You are in this magnificent time, dear friends, to shine your light and share your love. And we love you and walk with you each and every step of the way. Never doubt that you have all that you need to create the life that you desire. Ask for help, give thanks in advance, and be open to inspiration. The purpose and function of the creation and you as a creator is to find and follow your wondrous heart. We love you so. More to come, dear friends, to be sure. Peace and blessings. Namaste. You're muted, I think, hon.
I said, I don't want to stop. That was beautiful.
Well, you know, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Oh, fantastic. So I don't know what to ask after this.
Can I just let me jump in for 1 second, honey?
Yes,
You are so lit up, Kathy. And
Yep.
you know, I just have to tell you, our conversation the other day was one of the greatest gifts of this lifetime, and it was right on time. So I am in awe of you, my friend, and it's just such a pleasure to get to connect with you again. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Well, you know, there's family all over the world that through the wonderful use of social media and the internet that we can find each other. So we have lots of people giving you thank yous.
Sure.
Let's see, she also put awakened. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you.
Dee. So yeah, and Ground Illumination said, love this dynamic interview and conversation. Thank you both. So yeah, we're helping people because the idea is what you focus on expands. You're creating so much of this reality without consciously knowing it. And this is the perfect time to get a chance to review what you really like about your life, what you don't like about your life, and break through the fear of being seen or sharing your gifts. That's the other part of this is so many people are here to be pieces of the puzzle in the grand plan to do this beautiful work.
Yes.
Change.
Yes.
And they haven't spoken up. They've been afraid to be seen or heard. And hopefully you'll get to listen to Lou's meditation again as an inspiration to stand in your power.
Please. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Let me give you the title of our talk here today is this wonderful translation, right? Don't want to miss this. This is you know, that was dinner. Here's dessert. So this is O Cosmic Birther, and it's a translation from the Aramaic straight to the English. So please take this in, everyone. This is the Lord's Prayer, as I think it was more originally intended to be heard. It goes like this. I'm saying it all the time. I say it every day. O Cosmic Birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Well, will I leave you with a song?
Yeah, sure. I just want you to know that there's still more comments. Enlightenment is about influencing others to improve their lives, which is the service that both of us have stepped up for with our shows and everything we do. And then Ann Taylor wrote, "Love this, so powerful. Love you both."
That's my friend Annie. So there
Thank
we
you,
go.
Ann.
Yes.
Thank you, Ann. Okay, so here you have center stage again. There we go.
Okay, honey. Thank you. Well, this is my tune. It's called "I Believe in You," and it's my prayer from God to all of us for this moments like this. It's been a pleasure. So here we go. I hope you enjoy it. Don't let anyone ever tell you that your dream can't come true. You believe every seed you sow. I believe in you. Don't let anyone ever break your heart, make you feel sad and blue. You are here to play your part. I believe in you. There's a light and it's burning bright. I've watched it blaze the whole night through. Like a star that shines so far. I believe in you. There's a path through the forest deep, where the messenger gets through. Every gift you give is all that I need. How could I not believe in you? Don't let anyone ever shake your faith. Everybody's searching for a clue. You've got something to say. I believe in you. I believe in you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So one of the comments was, "I believe in Lou."
I'll take that.
How about that? Is that great?
Thanks, Peaceful Penguin. I call them not saying it in the channeling.
And then grounded illusions, beautiful channeling, resonant in my heart.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. I believe in Lou, and you were saying I believe in you.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Thank you.
So we're coming into the time period where people are with their families a lot between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes.
And this is a perfect time for you to have that beautiful meditation, the channeling you're doing on Sunday. Could you tell us a little bit more about it so that people, because I know that the people that are here can feel your energy beautifully right now, and that this would be even more of that. So.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Beats me. I just threw it together, and we're going to see what happens. But truly, I know that the timing of all of this, Kathy and I connecting, and me interviewing her, and her myself, and all that, it just, I can take a hint. It's powerful time of getting us all together. We're building enlightened group consciousness is the short answer to that. And when we come together like this in Kathy's circle here, and all of us open our hearts to each other, and we feel the love and the light, and we're lifted up, and we're inspired, and we're empowered, that's Holy Spirit through all of us, and that's what we want to keep building together, is generating these groups of enlightened light workers that are clear and, taking the next steps, the giant leaps forward. It's really time to shine our light and share our love, as my guide said. So what I do is, I create a safe space for everyone to really open their hearts, and we see what comes through in the channeling. I know, as I said, the fork in the road is in front of us, and we're going to be asked to carry a lot so that the world can begin to awaken from these illusions and dreams, these spells that we've been casting ourselves under for a long time. But the help is here. The inspiration, the energy, the resources are completely here, and we're going to create a lot of new ones together. It's a time unlike anything we've ever seen in our history, and I'm just thrilled to be a part of it and offer space for people to come together and love each other. So thank you.
Yes, I want to recommend that if you're also not able to do that event, but have a sense that Lou's channeling could help you. A lot of times channeling like that is an opportunity to validate and give you the courage to do what you came here to do, that you knew about it, but you weren't sure. And having somebody else validate it gives you that extra energy and courage to move forward. Because at this point, the internet is free. Getting on Facebook Live is free. If you've got a cell phone, you've got a platform, and same thing with YouTube. And so there's really never been a time like this in history where you could get thousands of people to serve, and it is about being in service.
Yeah. Plus, it's also the most fun thing I know. That's the other part. There's nothing more fun than healing, Kathy. Yeah.
Well,
right.
The other thing is I just wanted people to know that you just if getting started, you may not have a huge audience. Just Lou and I both are on lives, and sometimes one person's on, sometimes no one's on, but you have no idea who's going to watch the replay and play,
Right.
or you have no idea whose lives you've touched, because everything is in divine order. Just as you send a request out to the universe, the next few minutes something can come through. So don't feel alone anymore. There's so many people that are bringing in the community aspect of this, where you're not crazy. That it's much more fun this way than the other. The other is very restrictive. This very creative. There's so many good things about it. So Lou,
Yeah.
do you want to add anything to that?
Well, just bless your heart is, as they say in the
Oh,
South, absolutely. You're not crazy. Well, speak for yourself, yeah.
I
mean,
like crazy, I guess.
yeah, I do. Weird ones are having all the fun. That's all I know. It's we want to break out of the shell and the box that we've allowed ourselves to be put in, for good reasons and sometimes for not such good reasons. But yeah, we last thought here, we have been called into this lifetime through great deliberation and preparation with spirit. In terms of what we have, our talents, gifts, and abilities, where your heart is, there is your treasure. Home is where the heart is. If you will go into your heart and be at home in yourself, in your own skin, then you make a huge, you shine a light for the world to see, and you lift people's hearts up and help them to walk a path of freedom and inspiration and joy. And that's what we're being called to do. And I think it's the gift of a lifetime.
Yes. And you don't have to have a near-death experience or Kundalini Awakening or any of this. You just have a sense of that there's something better for you. You
Yes,
may
honey.
have a calling from your heart that go here, do this. And again, the world is opening up to all the blessings if you so choose them. So you get to, right?
Sorry, go on. Finish your thought.
Go ahead. That's okay.
I'm just change now and avoid the rush. That's what's coming to me.
Well, might as well have more fun now.
Absolutely. There's no time like the present. Honey, you hold such a beautiful space and you're doing such great work. And I'm so truly grateful to you and honored to be on the journey with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, ditto. And what we're inviting people to do is to consume more of these videos. Go to Lou's Awakened Spirits YouTube channel and see all the beautiful interviews he's done and the sharings, just like this beautiful meditation he shared. And then also go to Conscious Business Zone and For Soul Illumination, my two playlists on my channel. And there is just years of content that can do nothing but open your heart and make your life better. The opportunity to shift to something that you love is right now.
Yes, when opportunity knocks, open the door. That's my motto. And if people go to my Facebook page as well, I do lives there quite often throughout the week. So check that out.
Okay, so we've been sharing that link, and we'll also share your event on Sunday in the description. And but please, everyone, if you get a chance, please share this so that more people can get the comfort. This is, especially in the U.S. With Thanksgiving and people still struggling with their family dynamics. This is a beautiful gift for them to for a very short time period to shift their consciousness, shift their emotions, open their heart to love. So thank you so much, Lou. This was beautiful.
Thank you.
We'll have to do it again because there's lots more questions. I have more questions.
Okay, very good. Yeah, come find me. We'll talk. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you all. Please share, as I said, and please, if you get a chance, subscribe to both of our YouTube channels too, so we can help more people. Thank you.
Spread the word. Thank you. Peace and blessings.
Love you.